and then
At
got
church.
married. Yes,
Met at church.
First Baptist, and we moved to the Oviedo area then in about 67 or something like that, and built a small horse ranch out in the Black Hammock. And Carolyn had horses and a pony from the time she was that high, and always wanted to have one. So then we started that and had a stable there, and she taught riding lessons and trained horses, and had about 50 students a week, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
For a long time, and then it got a little more than we wanted, so we moved down onto Chapman Road here in Oviedo. But we've been in this area since back in the 60s, and both our boys grew up here and went to all the schools here, and they have also stayed in Oviedo, so shows you it's a nice place to live.
Yeah, Lars White is our son. He's the Oviedo fire chief. And Don White is our other son, and he lives nearby, but he's more like standoffish. So, so he doesn't come to the meetings and so on, but he's still a good person. But anyway, here we are, and we still love Oviedo. We still have 8 acres, and we just love it. And I still teach riding and train horses. Keeps you young.
We were here when UCF was FTU.
Yeah.
And when they first thought about building it down there, and we thought it would end up something like a junior college, or now it's what, second largest
In the state, yeah.
in the
United
U.S.
States.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's unbelievable. But,
So anyway, there's a lot of traffic on Alafaya Trail now, more than ever. And it's just grown and everything, but we still stay the same. We still do what we do and enjoy it, and still love Oviedo. So that's our story.
So I'm just going to talk to you guys a little bit about the changes you've seen in Oviedo, and then just go from there. Because you've been here since the 60s.
Yeah, there were 2-lane roads. There was nothing any larger than that, and,
Yeah,
and
Alafaya
most
Trail
of
was.
them were dirt. Yeah, the Chapman Road leading up to where
Mitchell
our
had
property
a road.
is was just, it was like a washboard road. And Oviedo was much, much smaller then. I can't even give you the size of it, but it has grown.
It was a farmer's town.
Yeah, it was. They grew when we built out in the Black Hammock area. They were growing cabbage, celery,
Watercress.
watercress on large acreage, and that was the main products back then. So it has grown now, and of course with the water situation like it is and everything, most of the farming has moved on out where more water is available, and watercress is down near Lake Okeechobee where they do have enough water to take care of that.
And lots of orange groves around too.
Lots of orange groves, which there aren't a lot of those left. Everywhere there was an orange tree, there's a house now. But we still love Oviedo, but we sometimes think we liked it better.
We like
back.
less traffic.
Less traffic, but we do have more conveniences because here we are so far out. When you came from Orlando to Oviedo then, you felt like you were taking a day's trip, but you weren't. But it was nice out here then, but it has changed an awful lot. We do like the conveniences of a mall and Publix right around the corner. And in fact, Carolyn used to ride her horse from where we are on Chapman Road, rode all in the shopping center area.
We right through Publix.
Yeah.
We used to ride right through Publix.
Right where the bank was, and It has grown a lot. And we could go out the back of our property and take a hayride and go all in through
The cemetery.
yeah, the cemetery that was there, and the where the shopping center is, actually. So, we've seen it grow a lot. Mitchell Hammock Road is now, what is it, 6 lane?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about 3 each way.
Huge.
And it was just dirt. So it's brought conveniences, it's brought a lot of problems and so on, but you can't get around it. You have to go with the flow.
That's about sums it up, don't you think, yeah?
Yeah, unless she's got,
Is there anything else you guys would like to add that I haven't covered? Because you guys have given me a lot of information already. But if there's something you think you should add, feel free. Because you came in 1967 to Oviedo?
about 67, yes.
What were you doing as a job then? Were you working as well?
She was, actually, we had the horse farm.
Yeah. I had like 40 students a week. I had a lot of business. I mean, everybody wanted their kids to have lessons, and then I had adults in the morning, and I taught the kids in the afternoon in group lessons, and usually had private lessons in the morning. So I've been doing this for a long time, kind of know what I'm doing by this stage, and I still enjoy it. And I think it keeps the physicality of it keeps us young. I mean, we're outdoors all the time, and it's just part of our lifestyle.
Yeah.
And we live on a small lake, and it was really funny because when we were looking for property, I was so sick of the black hammock and being so wet, very wet. If it rained in the black hammock. We just were indulged with rain, and we just got so tired of it. And so finally we just wanted to get out of there and get where it's high and dry, and that's why we came over to this side of town versus being down in the black hammock. And we were looking for high and dry property and found it. One of my writing students told us that there was property down the street from them. And so we came and looked and bought it right away because we really wanted to be high and dry. And so we just, my business followed me over here, and still teach and still training. I just don't give group lessons anymore, which I used to do a lot of that. So I still enjoy what I'm doing, and it keeps us healthy. So we still love Oviedo.
During that time, we were boarding horses for other people that lived in town also, so in Orlando and Winter Springs and Winter Park. And so that brought a lot of the kids out every day after school. They would come out to ride their horses and take their lessons and so on. So both our boys loved having all the girls coming out every afternoon after school. And it kept the boys at home too, because the girls came to them.
And both your sons grew up in Oviedo and attended the Oviedo schools.
Yeah.
Including Oviedo High School?
Yeah, and the grammar school.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we just fell in love with Oviedo, and we just became more a part of it, being uptown now, not back in the black hammock. And so we've enjoyed it a whole lot. We joined church here and met a lot of friends at church, and you finally just grow into the community. That's what happened to us, and we still love it, and we still love what we do. We still keep healthy that way. I keep telling him that.
Yeah, it keeps me going, and it's making me healthy. And during that time, she was taking care of the boarding and I was an IRS agent, so I did that until I retired, and then since I retired, I'm still doing the horses, helping, not doing them. But we've met a lot of nice people, and we still run into them occasionally at the grocery store or something like that. And so it's been an interesting life.
A lot of people ask us, how do you keep so young? You know, because we're in physical good shape, except for my neck. So I had an accident, and so I had neck surgery. So the past couple of years has been a little bit rough on me getting over it, but I'll get over it again. So anyway, we still love what we do. We still love working outdoors. I just feel like we're blessed to have good health. I think when you get our age, I mean, goodness, and you're still going strong and you're still able to do physical work, you know, and I don't think anything, we're going out and trimming trees and doing all kinds of stuff because we've always done it. And living on the lake, we had to keep the lake clean, so we've got that lake pretty well clean by now.
What lake do you guys live on?
It's
Bath Lake.
Bath Lake. It's kind of a
BATH.
funny name because it's a smaller lake, but it's nice and it's clear water and everything. So we've kept the lake nice and clean and keep our property up and enjoy it. We enjoy our work. So I don't know how many people could say that at our age.
And even though Oviedo has grown so in the traffic and all the houses, we still on our piece of property have the deer coming through, going from one location to another, and they pass through our property most every night. And we have the fish out there, and we have all kinds of water birds, and we right now are
We have
going through the sandhill cranes, which have been coming to our property for eight years,
8 or 9 years.
and they each year have an offspring. And so this year, right now, they have a little one about that big. Well, he's grown already in a week. And we have all sorts of animals around. And right now, there's a blue heron, 2 blue heron that have built a nest in the top of the pine tree down by the lake, and they have offspring in there right now. So
They're huge.
there's
Blue
always something
heron.
exciting happening.
They're beautiful birds. They're huge too. And you know, they go up there and they build this humongous nest. I mean, that thing is probably that
Yeah, it
big.
looks like an eagle's nest. It's so huge.
And I know they have at least one, maybe they have 2 babies in there. But they're quite noisy and they're raising them. So that's our first for that, with the blue herons putting their nest up there. So the blue herons just hang out at our place. We have eagles once in a while that'll land, and it's just interesting. That pretty well sums it up, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I thank you guys so much for talking to us and taking out the time to come in here. This is really nice.
Thank you for inviting
Yes.
us.